Hi, it's Jim. I'm here today with Grant Skinner. Grant has recently published a blog on really writing an IT strategic plan. What are you thinking in that, Grant?
Jim, the IT strategic plan is probably the main component missing in a lot of the IT setup for most mid-market companies today. CIOs and people are doing their best to make sure that the business has the right technology. The real question is that technology pointed towards and supportive of the business, the business objectives? And this plan, this notion of putting a plan in place that is, spans a longer period of time than the tactical horizon is really where the focus is.
So this is really getting IT playing along with the entire senior management team. It's not just technology for the sake of technology. It's not just let's stay in front of latest advances. This is ensuring that the IT plan supports the overall business. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Let's walk in the boardroom door.
Yeah.
Leave the acronyms and the technology at that door, and let's get all the stakeholders understanding where the long-term plans from the IT point of view, where those plans can really support this business. How do we get IT invested into the daily success, the weekly success, quarterly, and even longer term in what the business is doing?
In your blog, Grant, you list a series of what seem like pretty logical questions. Are these common questions that you see that aren't getting answered typically, or?
Jim, they're the questions that get in the way of the senior leadership's ability to sit down and draft this plan. Because when they think about a long-term plan, they think about an 18-plus month cycle, 18 months and onwards. And they think to themselves, if I'm going to start talking strategy with this technology group, do I have the right skills? And am I spending the right kind of money? Too little, too much, who knows? So those questions are really aimed at that group of leadership that says, I can't get there because these are the things that I can't sort out in my own mind before I even walk in that door.
Grant. Now, if you were working with a client, Grant, are these the kinds of questions you would start with in terms of developing that plan, or?
Sure, those are the highlighted questions. What is your opinion on that? Give me your assessment on your organization, in terms of resources, in terms of the risks, et cetera, so that we can put that on the table and really start having a business discussion rather than a technology discussion as to, joining the dots between what the technology has to offer and what the business can actually use.
Yeah, great. Grant, any final thoughts on the blog that you've just published?
Well, we're going to continue down the road with the strategy, and I'm going to, pull out some of those key elements. One of the critical elements of any IT plan is always got to be what part the IT vendors play, for example. Where do they fit into this thing? How do I categorize them? Do I see them as just a vendor, price orientated, or do I really understand their business model, and can I get them invested in my success as joint success with them?
I love that. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Grant, thank you for your time today.
Yep.
To stay on top of Grant's blogs, check out boardroommetrics.com. Okay, Grant, thank you.
Great. Thanks, Jim.